It's an interesting journey, children. Let us move into the world of simple machine. Have you seen ever the inclined plane? घर के बाहर होता है जिससे हम अपनी बाइक को आराम से एक हाइट ऊपर ले जा पाते हैं. अगर ये इंक्लाइन प्लेन नहीं हो तो हम अपने व्हीकल को इतनी आराम से ऊपर नहीं ले जा सकते. याद है ना, आपने सब ने इंक्लाइन प्लेन देखा होगा. अगर हमें कोई हैवी लोड किसी बस में, ट्रक में चढ़ाना होता है तो क्या हमने देखा है कि जो वर्कर्स हैं वो एक इंक्लाइंड प्लेन का यूज़ करते हैं उस हैवी लोड को ऊपर चढ़ाने के लिए. तो इंक्लाइंड प्लेन, इसमें कोई मूविंग पार्ट नहीं है, बहुत सिंपल सा एक डिवाइस है. और इसीलिए क्योंकि ये बहुत सिंपल है लेकिन ये हमारे काम को बहुत आसान कर देता है तो हम इसे कहते हैं सिंपल मशीन. राइट. और एग्जाम्पल देखते हैं अपने आसपास. इफ आई ट्राई टू पायर्स दिस स्टेपलर पिन इनटू दिस पेपर, इट्स रियली हार्ड, बट यू नो that I can do this very easily with help of a stapler. Instead of making it through our hand, we can simply use a stapler. This is simple machine. Here is another one, a knife. No moving part, very simple structure, but it makes our work easier, right? So this is a simple machine and it is an example of inclined plane. Here two inclined planes are meeting together to form this machine called knife. Lot of examples of simple machine. Simple machine makes our work easier. And how it makes our work easier? In three different ways. Either it increases amount of force applied by us, that is, it multiplies our force, or it increases the distance at which our force is being applied, and in that way it increases the speed with which the work is being done, or it changes the direction in which force is applied and makes it easier to apply the work. So in the three ways a simple machine makes our work easier. But remember, machine do not increase the amount of work being done. We never gain work from a machine. Whatever work we input, the same output is coming. Now there are mainly 6 types of simple machines: a wheel and axle, a lever, pulley, inclined plane, wedge and screw. But do you know why we call it a machine, a simple machine? Because these machines have very few or no moving parts. They are so simple that they are called simple machines. हम लोग बहुत पहले से सिंपल मशीन्स, बहुत सारे, जैसे एक्स है, नाइफ है, हम लोग बहुत पहले से यूज़ कर रहे थे. लेकिन हमको आर्किमिडीज का थैंकफुल होना पड़ेगा क्योंकि उन्होंने इसे आइडेंटिफाई किया, डिस्कवर किया, डिस्क्राइब किया अपने आसपास से, और हम सिंपल मशीन से स्टडी करके कंपाउंड या कॉम्प्लेक्स मशीन बनाने की तरफ आगे बढ़ पाए. नाउ वी हैव ओनली 2 टाइप्स ऑफ मशीन्स इन आवर सिलेबस, दैट इज लीवर and pulley. So we start with the lever. Lever is very interestingly a simple long stick which can rotate about a fixed point called fulcrum. देखते हैं एक लीवर को. So lever is a simple rod. At one end of the rod we put a load like this, and at the other end we apply our force to hold this load, and this rod is balanced over the knife edge which is known as fulcrum, and this rod can move about this fulcrum. So lever is a simple rod. At one end of the rod we place some load which we need to lift. This rod can move around this knife edge. This is known as fulcrum. And to lift this load up, we apply a force at this end which is called effort. The distance between the fulcrum and the effort is effort arm. Distance between load and fulcrum is load arm. When I raise this load up, I displace this point where I am exerting effort in downward direction, and as a result the load is moving up. So the point where load is acting is moving up. This is called displacement of load, and this is displacement of effort. Now force applied by me into displacement of point of application of force is called work done by me on the machine. Similarly, the displacement of load in upward direction into the load, that is the work done by the machine on the load. So work done by me on the machine is called input work done, and work done by the machine on this load is called output work. So now we will observe how we represent the lever and the technical term related with the lever in copy. This is a simple rod. The knife edge is fulcrum about which this lever will move. The effort is applied by us on the machine, and this is load which we need to lift up. Force applied by us on the machine is called input force or effort. Force applied by machine on the load is called output force. And this lever works on the principle of movements. There are two forces acting. You can see the clockwise movement should be equal to anti-clockwise movement when the lever is in equilibrium, and that principle of movement gives us the formula load into load arm is equal to effort into effort arm. So this is the principle of movement which gives us principle of lever on which it works. Now when we apply a small effort and we lift a heavier load, we say that lever is a force multiplier. Load lifted up is greater than effort. When load is displaced by a larger amount and with a faster rate in comparison to displacement of effort, then it is not the force multiplier, then it is speed multiplier. Displacement of the load is much larger than displacement of the effort in same time. So we say that we are lifting load much faster rate in comparison to the effort, the rate with which effort is moving. But sometimes levers are used only to change the direction of force applied. Now, to analyze any machine, there are three terms which we use. First term is mechanical advantage. What is the advantage? What is the profit we are getting from that machine? So, if you divide the load lifted up by the machine with the effort you applied, the quantity you are getting is called mechanical advantage of the machine. But if velocity of effort is divided by velocity of load, then the quantity we are getting is called velocity ratio. So if velocity of effort is greater than velocity of load, then we say that we are not getting velocity even. Mostly when effort is moving with a faster speed, then the lever is acting as a force multiplier. So if we are gaining velocity, then actually velocity ratio of that lever will be low. Now efficiency is the third term which defines the machine. Efficiency is work done by the machine on the load divided by work done by us on the machine. If it is to be represented in percentage, then efficiency is work output upon work input into 100. So this is the point of application of load, and this is when the load is lifted up. So just learn how to find displacement of load. This is point of application of effort. This is the point of application displaced when we raised the load up. So this is displacement of the effort. Now as we learned that efficiency is work output upon work input, And we also remember that we do not gain work from the machine. Either we gain force or we gain speed, but work done by us is always equal to work done by the machine on the load if it is an ideal machine. So at the most we can get for the ideal machine work output equal to work input. That is, load into displacement of load is equal to effort into displacement of effort. This is work done by us and this is work done by the machine. It is acting on the load with the force L and it is displacing load with dL amount. This is the force exerted by us on the machine and we are displacing the point of application of effort by the amount dE. So we can say that load upon effort is equal to displacement of effort upon displacement of load. So if we gain in force, that is load is greater than effort, then effort, if load is greater than effort, then displacement of effort will always be greater than displacement of load. Just look at the ratio. If numerator is greater than denominator, then here also numerator will be more than denominator. तो अगर हमें फोर्स मल्टीप्लायर है मेरा लीवर और लोड यानी फोर्स में गेन मिल रहा है, हम ज़्यादा हैवी लोड कम एफर्ट अप्लाई करके उठा पा रहे हैं, तो हमेशा हमको ज़्यादा एफर्ट को मूव करना पड़ेगा और लोड कंपेरेटिवली कम मूव करेगा. सो रिमेंबर, व्हेन वी गेन फोर्स, displacement of effort is always more than displacement of load. But when we gain speed, then velocity of the load is much more than velocity of effort. Load is moving up with a faster rate in comparison to the effort. So we can write velocity of load as displacement of load divided by the time during which that displacement occurs. Similarly, velocity of effort can be written as displacement of effort divided by the same time. In the same time, the load moves up and effort moves down. So displacement of load can be written as greater than displacement of effort because time will get cancelled here. So load upon effort is equal to displacement of effort divided by displacement of load. From this formula we can see, if denominator is greater than numerator, then denominator here also will be greater than numerator. That means if displacement of load is greater than displacement of effort and we are gaining speed from the lever, then effort will be more than load. That means we need more effort to lift a lighter weight. So it is the loss in force, we can say. We are not gaining force here if we are gaining speed. Now efficiency can be written as work output upon work input, right? Work output we have seen, machine lifts load L by amount dL, so this is work output. Work input, we put effort E and displace the point of application of effort by dE, so this is work input. Now L upon E can be taken in the numerator and dE upon dL can be taken in the denominator. Now this is the quantity mechanical advantage and this is the quantity velocity ratio. So efficiency is related with these two quantities through this formula. If in percentage, then we multiply 100 also along with the ratio of mechanical advantage upon velocity ratio.